Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone is well and doing great. Are you tired of winning yet? I know I'm not. But, of course, I always have to come to you with some updates, things that are going on throughout the week. Of course, we love to start with positive news. So positive, first and foremost. Two things coming up, big, major events. First is Walk Away, October the 26th through the 28th. Second announcement is the Young Black Leadership Summit with TP, Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owen and the crew, and lots of other conservative voices, I'm assuming, that are all going to be present in D.C., so it is going to be popping. A lot of energy, lots of enthusiasm, great things, great energy going on in the next couple of weeks. This is also turning up right before the midterms, which is awesome. It's a great way to energize voters to the polls, which I think the polls we've been looking at has shown lots of momentum going into the midterms. So I think the blue wave is not going to wave at all. I definitely think it's going to be the opposite, red wave, the red wave. Yeah, that's what I believe is going to go on. So that's great news coming up soon. Very exciting. And a friend, a YouTuber of mine that we have linked up, and we are going to be linking up again. Christopher Walker. He calls himself the Black Conservative in New York. I don't know if you've seen his video, if you follow him on my channel or if you follow his channel. Last night, he was in New York City in an event where there was like a Republican, like a local Republican group that they met to see, I'm assuming another Republican. The name leaves me right now. It's not very familiar to me. However, they were there in support of, and Antifa showed up. You had 10 Antifa, and then in his video, he said it like started off at 10, and then when they came out, it was like 50. Long story short, a brawl started. So they were scuffling. Boom, 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 boom. They were fighting. So, I've always thought about, my goodness, this Antifa group, who are these people? They wear masks and stuff. They look scrawny, skinny. They're not intimidating. Definitely not scary like the groups I used to see in Brooklyn. Maybe old Brooklyn. Brooklyn has changed a lot. But regardless, I was always wondering, one day they're going to approach the wrong people. Well, all I can tell you is that they were scrapping. And if you're interested in watching that, you can watch that video posted below. Black Conservative in New York was safe, of course. He was reporting, as he always does, on his infamous walk and talks. But regardless, conservatives are fighting back. And that's great. That's good. And, yeah, Antifa better slow down because they're going to approach the wrong people. And I'm hearing about, obviously, there's supposed to be reinforcements. There's supposed to be security going on in D.C. coming up. But it's going to be necessary because this is what we have to look forward to. These paid-for actors and protesters, I don't even know what they stand for. And there's no way you can be actually representing a wing or the so-called Democratic Party because that just doesn't make any sense. So I'm not sure what we stand for, or anybody, what are they fighting for? What is the cause at this point? All they're fighting is people who have a different opinion of them these days. That's it. They're not fighting against any specific injustice, any, fairness. This is just about fighting people who have a different point of view. And that's going to be dangerous. So it's clear that it seems that they do want civil war. I don't know who's going to give it to them, but this is what we're dealing with right now, guys. And again, these are paid for. These people are paid for. I do not believe that people are this outraged and that they're just coming and attacking people now. Because how has their lives changed since Donald Trump became president? No one can answer that. Right, so, and of course, let's go to the news of the week, which was on CNN, where you had Don Lemonhead, And he had those other folks on the panel, and they were talking about Kanye West. So first with Gilliam, you know, the one that's monkeying around in Florida, he had the nerve to say that Kanye was a ignorant Negro. Was that the term that he used? And this is someone who's running for office. Yeah, I hope DeSantis whips your behind and puts you back, you know, so you can go keep monkeying around. Okay? That's what I hope for you. Next is then there was the female there. Now, I was entertained because I did like the fact that she referenced Chris Rock. And it was either Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle. I'm going to say Dave Chappelle, actually, because she spoke about them recruiting Kanye West, like we were going to trade him. You remember Dave Chappelle had this segment where he was trading people, but the bottom line is that they were insinuating that, you know, Kanye is not black enough, or Kanye somewhere has lost his blackness. And I think that's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. I don't believe he's being exploited. He's not. Things may have came out, the execution of it may have not come out the best way, but regardless, for the most part, everybody knew what he was trying to say. So the fact that they've tried to dismiss him as he's mentally ill and he's crazy and all these things, it's just telling. All right, these are the so-called, that I call race profiteers, that they profit from race baiting. They always have to have, and I mean, if Kanye's the token Negro, I'm sorry, it's the opposite. Don Lemonhead, that woman that was on the panel, and the other black guy, you are token Negroes. I mean, really, what are we saying here? I don't think that was fair. I don't think that's right, and obviously it's not an accurate assessment of Kanye, but what do we expect? You know that this is what they were going to do. They're losing, guys. They're losing, and that's the bottom line. And this is exciting. I'm very excited about the whole paradigm shift. And anyone who's really, really paying attention or has, you know, their ear to the ground or a real pulse of the sentiment in this country right now, you would know that Donald Trump is going to win in 2020. And you will also know that there's a red tsunami coming. There is. And it's exciting. I think that if folks think so much, as there are people, I think even Elizabeth Warren trying to say that this is like the most corrupt president, I think that's insulting. I think it's misleading and it's disgusting. And at the end of the day, if Donald Trump was as corrupt as they're claiming that he is, I think you set the tone for it when they decided to not press any charges or do anything when it comes to the notorious HRC, the relentless opportunist HRC. So there's nothing you can do from there. And regardless, we're winning. We're going to keep winning. And I'm looking forward to all the new developments. I will keep you guys posted as much as I can. Today's going to be a happy Sunday because I'm going shopping. All right? So with that said, guys, have a wonderful Sunday. See you in a couple of days. Bye.